I don't really know if I have an answer. I don't know, but I don't really have an answer for this event you wish you could forget. So.
How did you feel about joining the military right when the war in Iraq had broke out?
I don't know what you mean, like, in terms of, like, how I felt when I joined. I mean, like, I'd kind of already been in the process of joining the military for, like, I don't know, I think I started signing up in, like, the end of, like, May, and then I didn't ship out for boot camp until November. So, like, all the conditions already were, like, existed, like, before I went to the military. And I guess I mean, you're 18 years old. I was excited. I was really ready to get away from home. Like, I just kind of had this, this, like, need to be on my own. And so when I did sign up or whatever, it was, it never really was I never really questioned, like, the time period that I was joining, because there wasn't really anything else that was kind of, like, on my mind. I also kind of wanted to go.
So the war part wasn't really something you thought about?
Not necessarily that it was not something you thought about. I just think it wasn't a consideration that was, like, a deterrent or, like, made me, nervous or, like, anxious. Like, obviously it does, but it's, like, really not something you can, I guess, like, you really can't fathom it. And you're also talking about, like, I was 18 years old. I think I was 17 when Mom and Dad signed the papers, so... Like, I mean, when we think about that, then we're thinking about, like, I don't even really know. I wonder what I could have actually known during that time, because, like, I kind of feel like I was just, like, what would you call it? I mean, I was just doing I kind of just did whatever I wanted. I mean, I guess it's weird to think that I probably considered that when I was, like, 17, because we were already at war with Iraq, and we were getting ready to go to Afghanistan. We did Afghanistan in March 2003, so if I remember right. And so that at that point I'd already been in the military for like 5 or 6 months. But I mean, I always kind of felt like I never, like, didn't. That's the way I'm trying to explain it. I never did. There's, like, not really a point where I feel like I wasn't aware of the conditions under which I was going to go to the military.
Did you have any preconceptions about Islamic culture around the time you were being deployed?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it would have been weird not to. I mean, we're talking about, like, a time period where just, like, the whole idea of Muslim extremism was just getting, like, shoved down our throats on, like, through the media and the news and stuff. So, I mean, once the Twin Towers went down, like, we're talking about, corner stores that, like, I used to go to that have, Arabic, like, Muslims working at them, and then, like, hearing stories about them getting, like, beat up or, like, getting jumped, and it's just, like, I mean, not that I felt that way, but, I mean, I definitely feel like I was sucked into the conceptions. I was sucked into, like, what they throw at you, for sure. But I always kind of, I'm always feel like I'm also, like, a person who, I always have to know the answer for myself anyway. So, like, as much as you could sit there and like, I definitely probably bought into, like, all, like, the stereotypes and, like, just, like, I mean, it's easy because, like, if you marginalize a culture like that, I mean, like, I was also going to be in the military, so, like, what sense of, I mean, like, I don't know, I think I just probably didn't go at whatever length you would have to try to humanize them for myself. I just kind of listened to what everybody told me, but, I mean, I still kind of figured people are people at the same time, so, it wasn't like a blanket, like, me being, discriminatory or, like, against Muslims. It wasn't just like a one-shot, one-kill deal.
So when you were done and coming back home, do you feel like the transition was easy or difficult, or? I
mean, yeah, it was an out-of-place feeling. It was like feelings of a numbness and shit too. Like, you just kind of can't relate, and then you feel like you have to start all over again. So, like, that thing, knowing those things, knowing that, like, you're just, like, I mean, coming home, it's just not the same. It's not the same. So you got to figure it all out again, and that's pretty fucking shitty. It's pretty tough.
How did your experiences positively affect your return home, or were there any positive events?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, no, there's definitely a lot. Like, I would never, like, take anything away from I mean, like, what the military did for me in terms of, like, helping me figure out what it was that I wanted to do with myself.
What are your feelings about the military and war in general?
Like, my feelings about the military? I mean, I have mixed feelings about the military. I mean, I feel like I did definitely enjoy the culture. Like, I enjoyed that like, it's a very, like, I mean, the military and this, like, whole just, like, manly boys club style of living is, I mean, it has its merits. It's pretty fun. So, I mean, I definitely love that. I definitely made, like, some people that I wouldn't even, like, skip a beat if they showed up at my door, like, right now, and, like, would let them, like, come in and kick it and stay here, like, as long as they wanted. It definitely builds, like, a brotherhood. There's brothers that I have for life that, like, I served with for sure. So, like, from that, it definitely taught me a lot. Like, it teaches you, I mean, if anything, it taught me a lot about who I am as a person. Like, I think there's nothing you figure out more than, like, when you're by yourself. On the other hand, on the other side of that, like, the flip side of that coin is, like, they don't take care of you. Like, I am a little disgruntled sometimes because it is kind of like, it's kind of like they cut the umbilical cord. Like, once you're done, like, you're done. Like, that's one of the things that they never tell you is like, if you're not in for life, like, then, like, in terms of just, like, the military taking care of you, they're not taking care of you for life. Like, as a veteran, like, the coverage and the benefits that you receive are, like, off, like, tooth and nail. So I would say that, like, there's just, like, the feelings of that. And then, I mean, like, there's also just, like, sometimes it's a feeling of being lied to. I mean, like, we're, like, I mean, like, that kind of rolls into, like, how I feel about war. Like, I mean, like, I don't think war is necessary, and I don't think it's ever, like, a viable option. And then, I mean, also, like, what we're doing, like, you're talking about, like, taking life and basically just, like, you label someone an enemy and we're just, like, killing, and, like, at a certain time, like, we kill almost indiscriminately as we're coming to find out. And so that's, like, another thing. I mean, it's just that feeling, that just the feelings of being lied to, too. You have, like, a situation where, I mean, you're just, like, you know, like, you feel like you've been lied to. Like, Iraq, like, in Afghanistan, like, what are we doing in either of those places? Like, now we come to the realization that we were just, like, basically fear-mongered by the government into, like, going into that war by Bush. And then in general, like, I don't even think it's an option that people should be employing at this stage and age. I would like to believe and hope that, like, we're going to get to a point, like, however far in the future it is, whatever, like, where, I mean, like, I think it should be off the table. Like, this like, nuclear weapons, fucking UAVs, like, this drone strikes, all that shit, like, it's just, I don't even think it should be on the table. I don't think that, I just don't really believe in taking life, like, under those conditions, under this like, nation state, fucking, like, you know, under the guise of, like, patriotism. I just don't agree with it. I don't really think it's necessary. I don't really think man was made for it. You know, I'm not. It's just a bad taste in my mouth.